Akashi.
아저씨 이게 뭐야? 안녕.
Shimika.
So today we are going to be reviewing Busted Season 2, Episode 6 to 10, the last half of it. And a little FYI, this is not sponsor or promotion to Netflix. It's just something we love and we're going to watch it together. And we watched it together, reviewing it and reaction for you guys.
Yes.
And if you guys like this video, hit thumbs up and subscribe.
And always remember to ring that bell for notifications when we post up videos. You guys get it.
So for this one, continuing on, we continue off where we left off. So Ajushi and I, we're not going to spoil so much for you guys. We're just going to give you a brief summary of it and then some of our favorite scenes and then just show you guys our reactions to it. So for those people who have not seen it, this last half, this is going to be spoiler alert for you guys. So
if you don't want to know spoilers, skip to reactions.
So
skip to reactions.
We start off from episode 6 to 10 right there. The episode 6 was pretty much, they continue on to the cases that they have to keep going. And they keep running into Yoon Jung-hyun and Tae Han-ho, Matalan, and Stephanie Lee. So they keep running into these three who keeps tying into the stuff they're doing. So episode 6, they end up at this village where Jae-soo got a call that this girl, her friend, died, and so they went over there, and it was like this shaman lady who has cursed this place, and everybody there is female and they're deaf.
Yes, so there's only women in this village, and the women are all old.
Yeah, and so there's no little girls or there's no young girl. It was a very, very creepy episode. Woo! They found people dead, they found people missing, and all this stuff like that. So it was a very, very creepy episode. Ajushi and I, we got so much chills from it, honestly.
When they opened the shaman's room.
I know.
And they opened her shrine. Oh my god, I felt the creeps that Jason got.
And Jae-soo realized that one of the girls had already passed and he got a call from her. And then when Jae-woo got dropped off, the taxi driver disappeared, you know?
Yeah, he just going, Jae-woo going like, whoa, this place, where am I? Turn around, gone.
Yeah, so they were there and they end up, meeting Yoon Jung-hyun there and they were confused. And then, it's the freaking hilarious thing, like these girls, this lady was giving them these drinks that had these powders in there. And everybody was drinking except for Sejong and Myung.
Yeah, so in that village, they met the shaman lady who seemed to be very hostile. But they also met this elderly lady who claimed to be the mom of the girl who passed away.
Yeah.
And her remains was given to Jae-suk them. So Jae-suk, they gave it to her, and in return for her hospitality, she ended up giving the members, the detectives, peach tree tea. Yeah.
And so it was only Myung who didn't drink it, and then they find out.
She went full on detective.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, the lady. She's like, okay, I'll drink it, and the lady goes, no, drink it. She goes, yeah, and so they found out also that the shaman lady is actually Stephanie Lee's mother.
Yes.
So she's actually from that place.
Yes.
So it was just like this.
Chong-ah.
Yeah, her name is Lee Chong-ah.
Yes.
So there's this love story that happened back then, and then this guy who fell in love with the mom and the shaman lady, he betrayed them and all this stuff like that, and he left, and so they hated each other. So it was either to believe the shaman lady or the other mom, and they end up finding out that the shaman lady was actually not the suspect. She was trying to save them, honestly. But at the same time, it make you very suspicious because she also fed the tea to Jae-suk and Chomin.
Yeah, so when the detectives were searching, they found out that the two ladies that were suspected of being the killers, they were involved. They were all shaman ladies training up to become the shamans in the past. Then they fell in love with the guy, and that guy broke them all up because they hated each other.
Yeah, and so they just the mom, she ends up locking all these girls away and all this stuff like that. So it's just a very terrifying episode. And then they got more, for that episode, they got more hint who Stephanie was. And so they completed that one and they moved on to the next episode.
They actually failed it.
Oh yeah, that's
because
right.
they got away. The police, they had to arrest one of the two women, and they chose to arrest the shaman lady.
Yeah.
Once they arrest the shaman lady had been hiding the young girls in this room away from the village, so that they wouldn't get killed by the bad guy lady.
There you go. And because they arrested her, the mom shaman found the ladies.
She found the young girls.
Yeah.
But the police came and saved the girls in time. But the culprit got away.
Yeah. So a lot of them has been getting away this season. And so we move on. And after they finished that, they're all going home. They each individually got a call from rich people. So so these three people are actually the Wang family, which we find out that it was Min Jae. He's actually the youngest son to this rich family. So we have obviously Wang Kyung Jin in there, and Wang Jin Hoon, and Wang Min Jae, who are actually a part of this.
Sorry, no Jackson.
So their dad passed away, and he left his inheritance behind, and they have to go and find it. So they recruited these detectives into their team, like two people into their team, and they go on the journey trying to solve what happened. And there's some clues left in this episode, which got us very suspicious that when they were writing letter and notes, Min Jae picked up someone's and compared it to something he had. So he was comparing handwritings. So that was a hint for us. But we go through this episode, going through meeting Tae Hang Ho, and then meeting other people and finding out the clues that
they annoy the crap out of him.
I know. They're playing, I think a cheek cake or something like that, and they were annoying him, and he was just I know how to play the old style, not this new style you guys playing. And so they find out, this is where they find out that their father, the Wang family, their father did not leave his inheritance to any of his son or his fourth wife, and he left it behind to his secretary, who he was in love with.
The secretary's a man.
And
their dad was gay.
Yeah, so they found out their dad was gay, and he left everything behind to the secretary guy. So
now, that may not be like a big revelation for our culture, because we're extremely America's extremely open about it now.
Yeah, we're open about it.
But in Korea, although they're getting that way ish, it's still not wide nationally accepted.
Yeah, and so then we move on to the next episode, which is girls versus guys, and we get IZ1 who joins Izone. They get to join the men's, and the girls are actually gone for this episode.
Working on a different case.
Yeah, Miyoung and Sejong got the same case, but they were given a head start and some other hint, and they went on their own. And wow, the guys get to join Izon to complete these missions. Izon. These group names are confused. I can't think of ITZY, but they're not ITZY. And so they were so excited, and they totally just forgot these missions, because each guy gets to pair up with two girls.
Yeah, right. So the men members had to film a detective show, while the female members are actually doing the detective work.
So they end up meeting this. So this is where it brings them onto episode 9. So Miyoung and Sejong are actually solving a case that two girls of Izong has been receiving these flowers and letters from this mysterious person, and they don't know who it is. Well, in the fake TV shows that the guys were filming, they were supposed to find hints that would lead to why these girls got kidnapped, which they didn't when they were filming that show. And when they saved the girls, the girls were not in their rooms, the room that they were supposed to be held as hostage. And then that was actually the real case that Miyoung and Sejong was working on, that those girls were kidnapped. So they end up finding the girls, and that the girls were taken by their manager, but the manager was actually not the suspect of doing this. He was told by Stephanie Lee to do this, and Stephanie revealed that she created this on purpose to test them as she received a letter, an invitation to philosophy that they
Yes.
have to attend to. And that leads us to episode 9, where they go attend philosophy. They decipher the invitation, enter the place, and find out how the flower killer has been killing these people, killing K, C, and Tae Hang Ho. Even Stephanie is dead.
Yes.
And the CSI Jung Hoon is dead.
No, not yet.
Yeah, he's not dead yet, but he was in there,
Yeah.
So
we learned through the philosophy event that the flower killer killed K, killed C, and killed Stephanie Lee.
and Tae Hang
And then when the members got there, he also killed Tae Hang Ho
on the spot.
on the spot in that event.
Yeah, and there was some hints leading to them of future stuff, but they started there was another person in there who was following them, which was the flower killer, and they've been walking around following these people who were part of this team and seeing how the flower killer was killing and all this stuff like that, what he left behind, and it was being replayed again to the members, the detectives, to find out who it is. And so because they got hints and everything that pointed to, they caught Yoo Jung-hyun playing the flower killer, and he said that he was sent to play the flower killer.
Yeah, he was given an invitation.
Yeah, so he had nothing to do with it. And so the members assumed that it was Min Jae, because some of the stuff, Min Jae was actually there at the scene before they even got there. So they believed that it was him, which lead us to episode 10, where they have to go find him. Well, more so he told them to come find him.
Yeah.
And so they go through his house, and they find Stephanie dead, and they try to find all these hints, and then they get all these hints, and then they find out that he actually put Yoon Jung-hyun somewhere, and Yoon Jung-hyun is gonna die, but they have to go find him. There's actually 2 spots where he can be either or. So the members splits up to go find him, and the team where it was Sejong, Chomin, and Siggy, they found Jung-hyun, and they could not make the antidote in time to save him, while the other team, Jae-soo, Jae-woo, Se-hoon, and Park Min-young, they found Im Won-hee, the detective guy, the police guy, who was poisoned, and he left behind something that was Stephanie, and he said that Stephanie and him were actually working, creating this case for them to help find the flower killer. So he got saved by the hospital, and they now receive hints to go find the flower killer. And they were each given a flower to go to a flower picture where it looked like the flower killer was there, and they have to go see who gets the real flower killer.
Yes.
And so they end up at this abandoned place. It was creepy, chilling.
Yeah, they call them ghost towns.
Yeah.
So it's like, places that have just been abandoned, and so no one lives there anymore. Well, no one like publicly lives there anymore.
Yeah. Like, you guys remember how in The Last Empress, how they have that abandoned hospital where they kept all these people, where Chung Woo-bin put Elijah in there? It's something like that, but it's just the whole place. Yeah, so they were over there, and they tried to find the flower killer, and every place they get to, each member, they had to separate and go to their own. They decipher the lock, and they get in, and they find that it's just a mannequin in there. And so they're like, what's going on? They call each other. They all end up at mannequin places and stuff like that. And so they end up going to find out that Lee Siggy's place was actually where Min Jae was.
Yes. So the members found out that none of them had the location where Min Jae was, except for Lee Siggy. Min Jae it gets revealed that Min Jae was actually not the real flower killer, but he was a copycat, and he had been doing all of this so that he could meet the real flower killer. Now, even the flowers weren't even set up correctly on purpose. It was so that the flower killer would get upset and actually come find him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the flower killer he actually uses a flower that meant happy ending, where he ends it, it's done.
Yes.
While the copycat has been using other flowers that has other meaning, like greed, lazy,
Right.
and all these stuff like that, which is like other flowers like tulips, lilies, and all stuff like that. So it draw out the flower killer to meet Min Jae, and
was it?
it's Lee Siggy.
Yes. It turns out that our independent detective Lee Siggy was really actually the flower killer this whole time. So it's like a foreshadowing back in like episode 3 or 4 where they met the Phantom Thief and he joins the group and then gets the diamond. It's the same idea. It was a foreshadowing of that the flower killer would end up joining the detectives, and they failed to find out that Lee Siggy was actually the real flower killer.
Yeah. And so it's like what the shaman predicted for them, that they're going to, they smell blood in the team and someone is a murderer.
Yes.
Well, Lee Siggy is the one who killed Kay. He left a flower, which is his signature, but Min Jae got to the scene first and swapped it out to a sunflower.
Yes.
And obviously, Kay had died already with the poisoning of the candle, and Eugene stabbed him even though he was already dead.
Right.
So we find out that Lee Siggy has actually been leaving hints behind that he is the flower killer. Like how when he came, he had a hat and a ring, which was at the scenes of certain places.
I think those hats called fedoras or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, those nice little hats.
Yeah, and so they were at the scenes, and they were also at Philosophy.
Yes.
All the hints were there, pointed to that it was him, and the members just didn't notice.
Yeah.
And Min Jae got caught by him, and Min Jae was poisoned, and the members find out that it's Lee Siggy, and if they don't hurry up and try to save Min Jae, he will be dead. Which the member
3 minutes.
Yeah. Which the member didn't. Min Jae is dead, and the flower killer walks away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of deaths in this season 2 of Busted. Not only that, the members lost Kay. They also lost the chip because Kwansu took it away and disappeared. And on top of that, many killers got away. From the fake shaman killer to the serial to the flower killer. Heck, even to
Tongju,
Tongju, who got the
kid
son
to
to
kill
kill the
them.
mom. So, I mean,
a lot of people
this
got
season
away.
was a season of loss.
Yeah, like the first season, they lost probably like 2 guys only.
Yeah.
This season, every episode they fail to pretty much catch anyone. Like, come on, Sunjae got away.
Right.
Sunjae got away, but I mean,
It's just they got lucky. That turned out to be a good thing.
yeah. So like it's stuff like that so a lot of people got away and they couldn't kill the flower killer, and Min Jae, who is a rich chaebol who has been trying to catch the flower killer, is now dead too. And a lot of the other people are dead, like Stephanie, who's been actually she's actually a good person trying to catch the flower killer this whole time. And he's dead. She's dead, so a lot of people are dead, and Kay is dead, and the members don't know what to do because Kwanzaa's gone with the chip. And at the end of the episode, we see a hand holding a chip.
Yes, a brown glove holding the chip that holds the secret to how all of this started.
Yes, so that ends it for us for season 2, which we obviously know season 3 is going to be coming, and we're gonna have to wait 2 years for it.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
unless they get it going immediately.
Yeah, immediately we'll probably get it by half of next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, short review, didn't give you guys a lot, just that. And what is actually your favorite scenes of these last 5 episodes?
One of my favorite scenes, although it was extremely creepy, was the parts. I mean, it was just the episode of the shaman episode. It was really creepy, but I got really absorbed in that episode. It was really well done and really well planned. I didn't expect that the girls were actually alive and just hidden. So I didn't expect that. I actually thought that they did die. Then, to actually find out that the killer was that evil lady.
The mom.
That really threw me for a loop.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I actually love the Chairman's Secret, the triple one.
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious, and like, you know, as it's funny. Like, they do some funny things, stupid stuff, and you know, we get to see, obviously, we know who Kyung-jin is. He is Hang's dad.
They sent to their dad.
He is Hang's dad, and you know, to find out that, you know, Min Jae is part of this, and at the end of how, like, you know, they did not get anything from their dad. It was actually, honestly,
It was so fitting.
it was so fitting for them, and it's hilarious, and it's straight up to their fourth mom's face that, yeah, you don't get it either.
And,
so
like, I really enjoyed the ending the way they did. We both kind of suspected that it was Lee Siggy because of the picture that they kept showing of the flower killer, and we've kind of seen the guy enough now to know how he kind of looks like. And so we both kind of expected that was him, but I actually thought they were going to catch him. I was surprised that they couldn't even like solve the final clue, the final like mission part to save Min Jae. And they were like, give us 3 more minutes, man. This is not about that. There is no give you 3 more minutes.
He's gonna die in 3 minutes. He's poisoned, alright?
He ain't gonna last 3 minutes, and if you want him to, he can last 6.
Yeah. Like, sure, I'll give him a little bit antidote so he lasts 6 minutes for you guys. No. Yeah, like, they have some hilarious stuff, but these last 5 episodes was actually very serious and just straight on to...
It was very intense.
Intense and straight on to finding out who the flower killer is and everything, and it was leading up to a lot of deaths and everything like that, so...
Yeah, so everyone, it seems like every villain in this story is all connected, because at some point they did bring up the season 1 villains as well, so it looks like they're all still connected, but what I really did like was this season, a lot the members seem to be a lot more like unknowing of that the PDs had a strict storyline, and if the members failed, they failed.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually like really enjoyed that because it really showed who like is actually solving and who's just standing there.
Yeah. So it was actually really good. Really enjoyed it. They really, honestly, to be very honest, throughout these episodes are actually a lot of the stuff are solved by Sing-jong and Mi-young.
Mm-hmm.
The guys were just there. They just couldn't solve much or do anything. But like, honestly, I think they're gonna have to make it a little bit harder or more like nonsense stuff so that they can solve it or makes it more difficult for them.
Well, I think like the issue, right, is if they make it too much nonsense, Jae-suk catches on extremely fast. Because Sejong and Minyoung, they're not really good at solving those nonsense stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Jae-suk and Chae-wook are really good at solving those nonsense.
Yeah.
And probably even Kwang-soo.
Yeah.
You know? So they had to like really kind of make it a blend, which they put more like non-nonsense stuff. That's why the men really struggled.
Yeah, well, and we get to see a lot of Chomin's dumb luck.
Oh yeah,
which nobody cares.
His dumb luck really got showed this season.
He was just twiddling with stuff, and it just opens. And it's like, oh my god, really?
Trial by fire.
Yeah,
that's the way he goes.
Yeah, but that is it for Busted season 2, and you know. Hopefully season 3 comes and we will, you know, we're all looking forward to it, and we will also review it when season 3 comes out.
Return of Kwang-soo.
Yeah, we're actually honestly very excited for Kwang-soo to come back.
Yes, he got a very big role.
Yeah, he took off with this, so excited for him to come back. But do stay tuned for reactions after this, and we will see you guys next time.
See you guys. Oh no. They got him.
Merong.
너희가 원하는 거 우리가 찾아.
We found what you want. Yeah.
He's an actual son.
이건 무슨 개똥 같은 소리야. 아니 진짜 이게 뭐야 이거. 자기야. 뭐야? 걔야? 누가 누구 보고 자기라 그런 거야? 아니 선생님 잠깐만. 아니 선생님이 That was his secret. 사실 내가 설명드리겠습니다. 승용과 사람을 간직 중이다.
We were right. It was Lee singing.
The picture is too
Yeah.
obvious.
당신이었군요.
당신을 포기하는 내가 아닌데 내 모습을 포기하는 거군요?
he finally got to do his bad guy role.
네, 재미없다. 어떻게 너 여기까지 보냈어? 아주 잘 받았어, 네 초대장.
야, 내가. 우와, 조용히 해.
She was within most of it.
당신들의 추리 실력으로 인해서 누군가 또 죽을 거라고 한 30초 남았으려나.
야, 잠깐만.
여기라니 이거 안 되네. 이거 사자가 안 좋은 거 같은데? 야, 그만 못 해봐. 야, 잠깐만. 너네 마지막에 좀 봐야지, 애들이.
또.
아니, 이게 여기 있는 건데. 자, 그만. 잠깐만 있어, 그러니까.
It's over. He can't just give you 3 more minutes, dude. The poison. He did. It's over. He can't just give you 3 more minutes.